my name's Megan, and for this assessment I'm going to be reviewing Mind the Gap by Theatre of Debate. Mind the Gap is a piece in which three desperate people get stranded at an underground station. I would firstly like to comment on the relationships within this piece. The first relationship I would like to comment on is with the shopkeeper Silas. He has his own individual relationship between each of the characters. This really helps us as an audience member to establish who the characters are and what they're going through. The second relationship I would like to comment on is between Maya and VJ. I think this relationship is the most important relationship throughout the piece. They have such a contrast in person, and this really helps them to connect. So VJ is going through grief. He wants to forget about everything, whereas Maya is actually going through having Alzheimer's, so she can't remember everything, she forgets everything, and their contrast in personality really helps them to connect, and they do build a really good bond, and this really helped me as an audience member watching this and really getting to see what they're going through. I would also like to comment on the scenography. Firstly, the traverse staging. I thought this was a very good idea. This really helped us as an audience member to establish a train station. By having audiences on both sides and the platform in the middle, this really helped us to establish where we were and just made it really realistic, in my opinion. Secondly, I'm back to the scenography, but I'd like to comment on the minimal set. There wasn't much set used throughout, and the set stayed the same props and objects throughout. So no matter whether the scene changed, the props already on the stage were used to portray that scene. And that really was effective because it allowed us not to get distracted by the set and to really focus on the storyline and what the director was trying to get. I would now like to comment on the audience. I thought it was very effective the way that when we watched the performance online we could see the audience as well. This really allowed us to understand how the audience were reacting to the performance. This piece is aimed at school children, I believe, so the people in the audience were of a school age of about 12 to 16. This age normally being the age where children are quite immature, don't really care. However, every single child watching that performance was engrossed at all times. I didn't see any of them take their eyes off the performance. I didn't see any of them laugh. Every single one of them was into that performance, really taking in the information which was being portrayed. This was really interesting to see, and I believe this also was because the actors were playing young children. Where they were playing younger children than they probably were themselves, this allowed the children watching to really connect with them and really understand, because they were playing a similar age to what they were now. So they could really look at that and understand how they were feeling. Some of them may have been in situations that they're in right now. So I think it's very good the way the audience reacted to this piece. And I think the director's aims were successful. Overall, I believe that this play raises overall issues going in this day and age today, and showing children and young people different ways of dealing with these issues such as violence, conflict, regret, grief, and showing them how to overcome them and how to not get in trouble and interpret them in the right way. And I believe overall this play was very effective and I really enjoyed it.